In the 17th century, amidst the turbulence of civil war in England, philosopher Thomas Hobbes observed the dark side of human nature and society. He witnessed violence, chaos, and the absence of law and order, leading him to write one of his most famous works, Leviathan, in which he famously describes life in a state of nature as solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. This grim view wasn't born out of pessimism, but from a belief in the necessity of structure and government for human survival. Hobbes believed that, without a governing force to uphold peace, people would naturally fall into conflict. According to Hobbes, humans are driven by self-interest and the desire for power. Without any central authority, society would descend into a violent war of all against all, as each person competes for resources, safety, and dominance. Hobbes felt that the only way to prevent this was through a social contract, where people surrender some personal freedoms to a ruler or government that provides law and order. By this, he argued, individuals could escape the brutish state of constant fear and enjoy a structured society. Though Hobbes's words can sound harsh, they still hold relevance today. In our world, we see echoes of his philosophy in the need for social rules, laws, and governance to protect our rights and safety. Imagine a city with no traffic rules. Chaos would reign and no one would be safe. Or think of the internet, where the anonymity of a no-rules environment can often bring out hostility in people who would otherwise be civil. Even at a global level, nations make agreements, treaties, and alliances to avoid the horrors of unchecked conflict and to promote stability and cooperation. Today, Hobbes's words can be seen as a reminder of the delicate balance that society must strike. For instance, while laws protect citizens from crime and uphold rights, people are also vigilant against abuses of power by those in authority. The world is complex, and Hobbes's ideas remind us that while some rules are necessary for order, there's also a constant tension between freedom and security. A modern example might be how communities come together after natural disasters. In these times, people often experience what Hobbes describes. Without power, resources, or security, survival becomes paramount, and the fragility of our comforts is laid bare. But as people rebuild and reconnect, they also show that humans, while self-interested, are capable of cooperation and kindness within the structures they've created. Thomas Hobbes was more than a realist. He was a visionary who saw both the dangers and potential of human society. His philosophy isn't about fear, but rather about creating systems that protect individuals from the worst aspects of human nature. And today, his words challenge us to consider how we build, govern, and preserve our communities so that life isn't nasty, brutish, and short, but instead secure, cooperative, and meaningful.